My name is Jim Al-Khalili. I'm a physicist and a professor of the public engagement in science here at the University of Surrey. Public engagement has been central to the way my career has progressed and developed. In this film, we'd like to share with you why we believe public engagement is so vital.
Science is kind of this label of a subject that people do at school that generally most kids don't enjoy, I would say. In actual fact, if you ask them what they want to do, very, very few of them will say they want to go into scientific research. I set up the Public Engagement Committee here because I think that it's really, really key that researchers and scientists go out and talk about their work. It's becoming more and more recognised now that in actual fact we need to let the public know what we're doing with their money and how we're spending it, and it also encourages people to donate to charity because a lot of the work is funded by charity, and a lot of the research councils now that are actually giving money out for research, you actually are required to do a certain amount of public engagement, so it's become a real core part of our day-to-day life, if you like, which has been nice because before it's not been recognised at all. You're very much recognised for your scientific achievement and your publications, but not the fact that you might be going out there and inspiring 200 school kids into a career in science, which I think, you know, is as important in many ways as the actual publications themselves.
Protons, the key ingredient of the atomic nucleus, have positive electric charge, and things with the same charge repel each other, just like these magnets. Look. So, just like these magnets, if two protons get close together, they should then just fly apart. The very early public engagement activities that I was involved with did to some extent impact on my career. When I started off, I had an EPSRC Advanced Research Fellowship, and I was warned off doing too much outreach activities at the time. But I took it slow, and I did a few things. I did the Institute of Physics Schools and Colleges lectures, and I think actually I made the right decision because it's brought me to where I am now in my career, balancing academic life with public engagement, and that's what I enjoy doing most.
Everything in our lives impinges, connects in some way with scientific issues. And so by doing events which are silly, the science of curry, perhaps. I'm certainly not a specialist in curry, but these are an opportunity to kind of tie science in and scientific ideas with something that loads of people who have no particular interest in science, you know, are into. And so that great mix of the big questions of our day and also those small everyday things like eating out or drinking with friends and showing surprising things, they're great ways to try and help bring people and connect with what I think is one of the most important parts of our culture.
It's important that public opinion informs what it is that the researchers do so that they're aware of some of the concerns that the public have to some of the work that's being done, but so it can also inform how the research is carried out.
In my area of the natural environment, we are doing research on the invasion of ladybirds to the UK from other countries, which depends on climate change and weather patterns. And we've asked the public to identify these using mobile phone photographs, which are used to provide data for the scientists in analysing where ladybirds have got to, so the public can actually get involved and are playing a vital role in science.
The Concordat will help universities in promoting the public engagement strategies in all sorts of ways. Firstly, it will provide a particular focus to public engagement, and that will be reflected in their strategic priorities. But also the focus of the Concordat will encourage the reward and development of staff who get involved in these sorts of activities and make sure that they're given the support to carry out public engagement activities effectively.
Research Councils UK want to make it clear what the expectations and responsibilities are of researchers in carrying out public engagement. So we see it as a real opportunity to make that clarity for researchers that it's really a fundamental part of the way that research is carried out for all research programmes.
This is a real thrill for us today because a year ago we launched this project with the concept of 1,000-mile-an-hour car inspiring kids, but we had a lot of pieces missing. The car, last year, we had a concept that the research said could do 1,000 miles an hour. It was technically possible. In the last year, 13 months, we've moved from could to a design that we've got a lot of evidence to say this car will do 1,000 miles an hour, and it will stay on the ground.
We've got 4 objectives really with all this. The first is to create a new generation of engineers. The second one is basically to provide a project that the students and the school kids can get into and really understand and really learn from. Third one is to get our 1,000-mile-an-hour record, and the fourth is to generate a lot of publicity for our sponsors.
Salts that are present are coming to the surface of the stone, and you can see some of these salts here on the surface just between 2 blocks of stone coming out through a mortar joint. And those salts are normally washed off, but where they're not washed off in an interior or more problematically on the exterior of a building, we have to deal with them and we have to think about the problems that they're creating.
A lot of young researchers probably would like to be more involved in public engagement, in going out and explaining what they do to the wider public, talking to other researchers in other disciplines. Having a concordat in place, which higher education institutions and other bodies sign up to, really gives the researchers the encouragement and confidence that they can be involved.
At one time, you know, you were delighted if a press release went out and maybe you had the local Gloucester Echo and you do an interview with them. Now, the media are fighting to get hold of the scientists, which is a great reflection of the quality of the science and also the quality of the science communication.
Research affects so many different aspects of our lives, from medicine to climate change to the importance of the arts and literature and music. However you look at it, research is really integral to all our lives, and therefore it's really important that the public understand what it is that researchers are doing and why it's so relevant to them and so important to them.